You were one of the vast majority of Republicans who signed the pledge that was circulated by the leading anti-tax advocate, Grover Norquist. No new taxes under any circumstance. And I remember once back during one of the primaries, you were asked if you would agree to $1 in taxes if you could get $10 cut in spending cuts. And you said at that time, no, I wouldn't even accept that. Do you still feel that way?
Well, we all felt that way. And the reason is that government at all levels today consumes about 37% of our economy.
But do you still feel that way?
Let me go on and explain.
Right.
And the answer is I do feel that way. Government is big and getting larger. And there are those who think, well, the answer is just to take a little more from the American people. Just give us a little more. And there are places that have gone that way. California, for instance, keeps raising taxes more and more and more. And funny thing, the more they raise in taxes, the deficits get larger and larger. The only solution to taming an out-of-control spending government is to cut spending. And my policies reduce the rate of spending, bring government expenses from 25%, federal expenses from 25% of the economy down to 20%, and ignite growth of our economy. That's the way that we're going to balance our budget, is getting people back to work with rising incomes again. So we're going to get bigger tax revenues as a result of that good news.
We know, Governor, and you've told us, you haven't been bashful about telling us where you want to cut taxes. When are you going to tell us where you're going to get the revenue? Which of the deductions are you going to be willing to eliminate? Which of the tax credits are you going to when are you going to be able to tell us that?
Well, we'll go through that process with Congress as to which of all the different deductions and exemptions.
But do you have any ideas now, like the home mortgage interest deduction, you know, the various ones?
Well, Simpson-Bowles went through a process of saying how they would be able to reach a setting where they had actually under their proposal even more revenue for the government with lower rates. So mathematically it's been proved to be possible. We can have lower rates as I propose that creates more growth, and we can limit deductions and exemptions. But my view is the right way to do that is to limit them for high income individuals, because I want to keep the progressivity of the code. One of the absolute requirements of any tax reform that I have in mind is that people who are at the high end, whether you call them the 1% or 2% or 0.5%, the people at the high end will still pay the same share of the tax burden they're paying now. I'm not looking for a tax cut for the very wealthiest. I'm looking to bring tax rates down for everyone, and also to make sure that we stimulate growth by doing so, and jobs. For me, this is all about creating good jobs.
But people at the top would be paying the same, basically the same
share.
At the same share.
Yeah, I'd be looking for I think that's important to say, look, I'm not looking to reduce the burden paid by the wealthiest. Okay. I'm looking to keep the burden paid by the wealthiest as the same share as it is today.